Hello, eighth graders. All right, so this week we're talking about making decisions. It is an important part of health and wellness, and making sure that your health triangle is not impacted by the decisions you make. So by the end of this short lesson, you should be able to describe how decisions affect your health and the health of others, and develop decision-making skills to help you make more healthful choices. So on your Google worksheet, this is one of the questions I asked you to fill in. It's your own opinion. I want you to tell me, why is making good decisions important? It could be like, in general, you think it's important because they don't get you killed or in trouble at the law. Or you could say, personally, I like making good decisions because I don't like getting in trouble. Or maybe you're the opposite and you don't care if you make good decisions or not. At your age, decision-making is a really hard skill. That part of your brain doesn't fully develop until you're in your late 20s. So working on these decision-making skills now will just help improve them for when you are older as well. So on your Google document, you can go ahead and write down why you think making good decisions is important. And then I asked you the difference between a small decision and a big decision, because some, decisions aren't going to have as bad of an outcome as maybe a bigger decision would. So even that being said, a small decision could potentially have big consequences. Like if you just decide not to do your homework, that's kind of a small decision, but eventually those many small decisions leading up to not doing your homework could have a big consequence of, well, now you have to repeat the 8th grade. Or now I have to go see Ms. Getz again in health in 8th grade next year. Decisions can permanently change your life and even the lives of others. When we talk about more serious topics, like with drugs and alcohol, driving drunk is something that could change your life if you end up dying from it. Or when I was in high school, someone I grew up with decided that he was okay to drive home from a party drunk, and he ran a red light and ended up killing 2 people. And now he will spend the rest of his life in jail. So that would be, maybe you think it's a small decision because, drinking is not the end of the world. Drinking alcohol is legal if you are of age, but that small decision of, oh, I could have one more, or oh, I'm okay to drive, that could permanently change your life and the lives of others. What you wore to school today is not going to impact me unless it's inappropriate and I have to tell you to change. But some of your decisions can impact other people, not just you. And the most important part for you as 8th graders is that parents are going to trust responsible teens and give you more freedom and allow you to, do what you want to do. If they don't trust you, they're more likely to tell you no, or give you curfews, or check your phone. When faced with any decision, big or small, you want to make the best decision that you can. On your worksheet, I asked you to give me examples of what you think a small decision would be versus a big, life-changing decision. Obviously, you're not going to do anything with a partner. This is used for when I'm usually in class. But you are going to put on your sheet the 6 steps of the decision-making process. And these are things that you should be thinking about when you are making a decision. Kind of like a pros and cons list. So, the decision-making process. This process is used for making a choice and or finding a solution. So, step 1, you are going to state the situation. What decision are you making? Maybe your decision is to either do your homework, then turn it in on time tonight, or go to the football game. So, situation, do I do my homework for Ms. Getz? Do I go to the football game? List the options. pretty much the same thing I just said. I have two options. I can either stay home, get my homework done on time, get a good grade in health, or I can go to the football game. Step 3, you can weigh the possible outcomes. We use the acronym HELP for this. Some decisions, again, are going to be bigger than others. Homework and football aren't as big as like stealing a car or drinking alcohol. But is it healthful? Is it healthy for me to do my homework? Yeah, sure, it's good for you. Is it healthy to go to a football game? Hey, social side of your pyramid, sure, I'd say both were a pretty good decision. Is it ethical? Meaning, is it the right thing to do? You know, you might think it's not a big deal to turn in your homework late, but some people might think it is. It's legal to do both. Would your parents approve of your decision? So if I went to the football game, would my parents approve? They might if I had my homework done first, or would they be more approved of me staying home and doing my homework over going to the football game? So you can always think, what would my parents like? Because they're usually the ones that tell you if you made a good decision or not, and they're usually the ones that will have consequences for your decisions. Step 4, you can consider your values. Do you value your grades? If you do, you're probably going to make the choice to stay home and do your homework. If you don't value your grades or school or health class, then you're probably going to choose to go to the football game. Step 5, you make your decision. Which one do you value? You weighed the possible outcomes. You decided, yep, I decided to go to the football game. Step 6, you evaluate your decision. Was it a good idea? You were like, yes, I had a blast at the football game. We won. It was fun. My parents were mad at me, though, and I got an F in health. You know, maybe you're like, maybe next time I could do my homework before the game, or try to get it done before the game, or next time I'll have to stay home to even out the score. So that would be step 6, how'd it go? What was your decision? Then you're going to fill out a decision-making worksheet. When we go to the Google document, you're going to answer these questions. We already went through, name the 6 steps. I have an example of a decision-making process scenario, so you can read this over. Basically, you're a freshman, you're trying to make a hard decision of taking your parents' car without their permission, and you're not old enough to drive, but your friends want you to do it, or you have the option to not do it. So step 1, you're going to state the situation, and then I have my answer for you to read. Step 2, list your options. I can take them in my parents' car and risk getting caught, or tell them no and risk losing them as friends. Then you're going to weigh the possible outcomes. You're going to consider your values. Like, what do I value more? My life and my relationship with my parents. Like, maybe they trust me. Or do I value impressing my friends and having a good time? You're going to make a decision in this scenario. I don't care if you choose poorly, as long as you recognize that your decision was a poor choice. So in here, I decided to impress my friends, and I drove them in my parents' car. That was my decision. Step 6, I evaluated my decision, and I didn't get caught by the police, but it probably wasn't the best decision because something bad could have happened. You know, I could have got hurt, my friends could have got hurt, my parents' car could have gotten ruined, things like that. So that's my example if you have questions on how to fill it out. And then you're going to do that. You're going to answer your decisions under scenario 1. So you're going to read this scenario about saving money for a car or going on vacation. You're going to state the situation. You're going to list your options. You're going to weigh the possible outcomes, consider your values. Do you value having a car when you turn 16? Or do you value a really good summer vacation with your friend? You're going to make a decision, and then you're going to evaluate the decision. Again, I don't care which way you choose. There's really no right answer as long as you know what the outcome of your decision was. And then you're going to do the same thing for a different scenario about, again, homework, kind of like I just gave you with the football clip. And as always, this whole thing is due on Friday, but if you want to get it done Monday night, Sunday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and submit it and be done with health for the week, I am totally okay with that, but I need it by Friday at midnight for full credit. Otherwise, it's late. As always, please ask me if you have any questions. I'm not trying to make this super hard for you guys, so it's worth more points than last week, but I think that it is very manageable to have this for a whole week assignment.